Good boy. Come here. Come here, Justice. Justice, come on. Come on. Come on, boy.
All right, guys, you got to know that D here is Dimitri, good friend of mine, known since 3rd grade, and Justice knows he's about to work on him.
Come here, boy.
Once he gets him set down, then D's going to talk a little bit about what his past and what we're doing and what's going on. But Justice knows better. He's like, screw this. I know this is not going to work out well for me. It's actually not that painful for him. He just has been in pain for so long on that side of his head. Basically what we're doing is just taking care of the wound where he was, he had that lance and that, what do you call it, lesion?
Yeah.
Yeah, lesion.
A lesion.
So now Dee's bringing him out.
An abscess, a valley fever.
Or an abscess, yeah, from the valley fever. And Dee's going to explain a lot about this here in a second. First thing Justice is going to do is pancake. I learned from Dee when he can't get away. His kids used to do this. Pancake. All right, Dee, so why don't you explain a little bit about, first off, what's your background as far as dealing with animals?
Oh, I've been a vet tech for 10 years,
Okay.
off and on, and field I love, so.
This might be a little graphic right now. It's, I mean, all it is you call it serum.
It's serum,
as
mostly
opposed
serum.
to pus.
Yeah,
And,
but this one looks like it's sealed up. Oh, there it goes, it's opening up.
okay, and we got to get that cleaned out.
Pretty much just serum, because anytime the body has a void and wants to fill it with something, and serum, it gets a bit small, where it used to be this big,
Yeah.
and now it's like about a quarter of it. So it's healing up good.
So
What we're going to do is flush it out with a solution that's called chlorhexidine.
called what? Say it again.
Chlorhexidine.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Chlorhexidine is an antimicrobial solution that is used in hospitals, used for animals and in human hospital. Kills all microbes. They use it to sterilize items.
Okay.
Like as a concentrate, you don't want it as a concentrate. You want it a diluted solution. So you buy it and then you dilute it. Follow instructions.
Yeah, we bought a gallon of it. It really wasn't too expensive. I think it was like almost $30. But
For a gallon, it'll last you a lifetime.
yeah, it's a dilution. So what amount? What would
I
you
think
say?
it's an ounce to a gallon.
Okay.
I think that's what it calls for.
And this isn't the stuff that we could use this on humans,
You
right?
can use, that's what the
This is-
in the medical field it's used. It's actually used for gingivitis. If you guys look around and people that have bad oral infection, they'll use it as a mouthwash. It's used in the human field as well.
Okay.
And this basically what it does is it kills anything that's in there. It's just a good flush. And it doesn't harm the tissues. It just cleans it.
Okay.
And my face. But valley fever will have abscesses, just like you can get abscesses from bacteria infections and stuff like that. More likely it's from a lymph node, kind of built up here, because they have lymph nodes like we do everywhere. And once it gets too big, it just builds an abscess. So you relieve it so that it can heal, and then bring less stress on the dog, because you know, as long as it's in there, it's just causing stress on the body.
Right. Now, on a scale, I mean, how bad was his valley fever?
It was really bad. You know, he had a titer of 250. I think that's the max they can have on the register, how they on the level they can register it and read it. So it's really bad. It's really bad, his case.
And unfortunately today, we realized that he's blind in this eye, which would be his right eye. Now, fortunately, Dee said that might not be permanent. You want to talk a little bit about that?
The reason why is valley fever causes lesions, and lesions in the joints, lesions in the lung, in the brain, and more than likely he probably has a brain lesion. It's affecting his vision. And once it's resolved with the medication, he should get his vision back.
Okay.
So, stay buddy. It's okay. It's okay. We're almost done.
Now what we're doing right now is basically the vet. We took him to the vet and they, you want to explain what they did?
The vet basically did a titer test, a blood test, physical exam, and a titer test. The titer test basically determines the amount of immune response to the disease, and the higher the response is the number. A normal number, let's say a beginning number is like 8 to 16, and anything higher than that, like his case was 250, is pretty extreme.
Now, what they do with the lesion right here that you're dealing with?
This was Lance. They put him under, opened him up, drained it, do the same exact thing I'm doing, and then put some sort of medication in it. We're going to use nitrofurazine, I think that's what it's called. This is a product that increases circulation in a dog to kind of stimulate healing quicker, and it's a good antibiotic as well, but we're also going to put an antifungal medication in there as well.
Now, what the disclaimer we talked about on this stuff?
This is not a human product. This is really basically a horse product, but it works really well on dogs. It's a carcinogen for humans. The thing that's different is dogs' lives aren't long enough to develop the cancer, whereas humans, they live a lot longer than animals, so they can develop cancer. So you shouldn't use this for yourself.
Okay, so don't take this stuff, or don't buy this stuff as a prep for human care, but it's not a bad idea to prep it for your animals.
Yeah, because animals' lives are so short compared to humans that they won't have time to develop the disease, but it works great as a product for stimulating healing.
Which, as you were discussing before, actually they may bleed a little bit more.
It increases the circulation in that area. It causes the body to be overstimulated in that area, and it's also an antibiotic. So if you're covering both bases, it's also, just in case this wasn't valley fever, abscess, and it was a bacterial abscess, it'll cover that. And then we're going to put an antifungal ointment in there as well, which is, it's also antifungal and antibacterial fungal ointment, excuse me, that will, after I apply this in here, but this is more for just to stimulate the healing to be a quicker process.
And quite honestly, it's scaring the shit out of me, because this has been 3 weeks. We are seeing benefits. We are seeing him get a little bit more active. He's gaining weight, which I mean, you want to comment on that?
Yeah, I haven't been here in a while, and since I've seen him last, he has meat on his bones, whereas before he was pretty skeletal.
Skeletal. Is that an official veterinarian phrase?
No, it isn't. It's one of those phrases that pop in my brain. And this ointment is Otomax. It's an antifungal. It's also antibacterial, and you can apply it inside a wound also.
Can you use that on humans?
You can use it in humans as well.
Okay.
This is not a product that's harmful for humans.
But what scares me is, finding out today he's blind in that one eye. We've been at this for 3 weeks, and, the first thing D said when he got here, Dimitri, I'm sorry, I call him D. I've known the dude since 3rd grade. I used to chase him on his bicycle. He was our paper boy. Yeah. I'd hide behind my parents' car and try and tackle him off his bike. And then he finally grew some balls and kicked the shit out of me. But he's my brother from another mother, the only brother I have. But he said, you know what? We're only 3 weeks into this. He's getting better. Go ahead and hold him there, though. Pet him or whatever. Just until we finish this up. He told me basically at what stage are we at now, and what are we looking at?
Valley fever is a long-term treatment. Minimally, a quick response to it would be 3 months. In a case where you'd have like an 8 to 16 titer, but in his case, it might be a lifelong treatment. But with medication, he might have to have pills, not as much as he has, maybe one a day for the rest of his life, or maybe one every other day. It just depends on how he responds, because how heavy his case is.
We're taking him back to the vet in what, 3 months?
3 months, they'll check the titer and see if it's dropped, and that's kind of an indicator on how well he's doing. But really, is how he's acting. He's playful, he's eating, he's wagging his tail where he wasn't. He
actually called Liberty out today. She was annoying the shit out of him, and he went at her, which he hasn't done in a long time.
Yeah, so he's doing good. You know, as long as they're eating, playful, and acting good, and not being lethargic, that's a positive sign. You know, so but it takes a while. You have to have patience. This isn't a treatment that just overnight. It's not a 7-day treatment. It's a month long, 6 months, possibly lifelong. But once he gets over his sickness, he'll be pretty good.
All right, thanks a lot, brother. Y'all, that's kind of where we're at with him, and that's how we have to deal with that wound on basically a daily basis. He went a little bit more so today and got a good what do you call it? Washout or
Cleaning, just a cleaning.
Just a good cleaning. Normally we just take a paper towel, and he's wearing gloves because this is a human disease as well, and whatever comes out of that wound is like valley fever.
It can potentially be a concentrate, so
Yeah.
you don't want to take chances with it. So, you know, you want to.
So normally we just kind of, take a paper towel, squeeze out whatever juices will come out, and then put in some of that last tube that he used, which was what?
Otamax.
Otamax.
And it's an antifungal, antibacterial.
All right. So there you go. I think that's a little bit better explanation of what Justice is dealing with. All right, y'all. Take care.